All right, here we go. So, I got notified that the tile REDI base was in, so I went and picked it up at the Home Depot. Some of these things you buy online, it's easier to have them delivered to the store, especially if you're not home all the time, right? So this project, I'm not living here, so it's easier to go and pick it up. I'm kind of excited to see what's in here. Time for the big reveal. So this is a tile REDI base. This is super strong, pre-sloped, has a drain system attached to it, has a built-in curb. The fun thing is, it's big and awkward, but it's not heavy, guys. Check out that grid for positive contact. Here's our drain, ABS 2-inch. So all I gotta do is get a bushing and then put my plumbing right into this. So that means I've gotta just locate the center of this and then drill this hole out in my subfloor so I can lay flat. Perfect. Here's my linear drain, stainless steel. Sits inside of this thing. I get to just tile everything that I see. My only trick here is to bring down my wall panel so that it's at least flush with the inside of this, or maybe hanging out just a little bit. This is really interesting. It's not what I expected. This feels more like a foam, but it is really strong and dense. This is obviously a lightweight version of what the original one was. That right there feels like about 20 pounds. Very manageable for anybody to manipulate and install in their home. So what do you say we get our plywood, we'll drill out our hole, we'll just use a jigsaw, and then we'll screw it in place, and then we'll drop this in. And we'll show you how to install this thing so that you have a perfect shower every time. That mold was about 1 inch thick, where it comes in and it comes in. So as long as I don't have a floor joist, that is 9 1/4. I'll be okay. If I do have a floor joist, I might be in a lot of trouble. Let's see what we got. I do not have 9 1/4. I have 8 7/8 for clearance. All right, let's go take a look at that again. All right, here we go. This is what I was talking about, this thick section here. Okay, so we're gonna measure this off now from the back wall. And I have, there's my 9, here's my 8 7/8. Here's 8 3/4. I clear. I have an 1/8 of an inch. Now, if I needed to, the top part of this cone at this ridge is it's less than 1 inch thick. So I could have just cut a few strips of the leftover plywood, laminated on top of the joist, and then laid my panel down. And that would have been fine. But as it is, I don't have to. So that keeps this as low profile as possible. Now, when I build out my floor height will come to about this height. And that'll give me a really nice place to put in a silicone tile to tile. I'm loving the way this is gonna work out. And for the record, I'm gonna install the shower pan. I'm gonna open up the skirt to my building and I'm gonna do all the plumbing from underneath. This is the top side. We're gonna just cut from the top side. We're 6 inches in, about 13 from here. Yeah, that's the center. Okay, and then we're 3 and 3. So what I do is I just go like this, and then I'll go like this. And the reason I'm going a little bit large on purpose is because why not? Like, why would you want to make your life difficult? Right, that's enough. All these little marks, I can just cut that with the saw. The actual flange on that kit is gonna be something like this, right? I don't need structural support in every millimeter. The thing is actually really well constructed underneath the transfer load. So all I need in here is my jigsaw. And because I've got that super long blade lined up, I'm going to lay this over top of that hole right there and cut it. Brilliant. All right, so we need a pilot hole. There we are. And a jigsaw. Now, if you weren't aware of it, you can't cut the cord on these because they have a cord guard. All right, so you use this button, turn it on, and you can just swap hands as you make your cuts. It's a great little tool. Everybody should own a $25 Black & Decker jigsaw. Now, quick, mark the center lines of your floor joist for reference. Okay, and on the floor, and here we go. I'll use this one over here. Okay, I'll get that all the way to the back. I always just line it up to the floor joist and then cut the middle. This is actually spun rock, so it's more granite than anything else. Here we go. There we go. Put the dirty side down. Okay. Now we got a nice clean piece of plywood. This is exciting. Now I'm going to go make my thin set. We're going to use the Schluter all set so that it bonds to the plywood and it bonds to whatever that composite is. All right, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Schluter all set for all situations, combining all types of materials. Easy, dog. Yeah, I'm liking that consistency. Beautiful. Let that sit for 10 minutes, and then we can strap in our shower pan. I'm just gonna put a whole pile load of this on here. I mixed this a little bit thicker than normal because I want it to have a little bit of girth to hold the pan in place so that I can use a rubber mallet to pound it in if I need to. That way this will set and dry and cure as rigid as it's possibly going to get. I'm putting it all in here, guys. I don't care. There's no reason to throw any of this in the garbage. Remember, it's our intention to have more product on the right side and the left side than there is anywhere else. Now we're intentionally building up, not scratching this into the plywood. Making sure our lines are going far and away. I think I'm kind of digging this. All I gotta do now is get my rubber mallet so I can beat the tar out of it and put it where I want it. So I was just looking at this, and the curb does not have a solid structural point right across the front. So I actually have to make an adjustment here with my thin set and intentionally load the front so I have something to sit in. There we go. That ought to work a lot better. Whew. Yeah, I have to grab that still. Okay, now we're gonna go put this in. Nice and easy like. The concept is simple. We're gonna try to get it in as far as we can, as level as we can before I have to set it down in the thin set. Oh, there, that's perfect. Okay, now, get my level out. First thing we'll do is check across the back, and if I did my job right, it'll be close, but just too much here still. Okay. Yeah. And I don't want that bubble touching this line. I don't mind if it's touching the right side, but the left side means that it's up. And even though this is pre-sloped. All right. Okay. This is where This is where this gets really interesting. Okay, because I just lifted it out of the thin set and then sat it back down in the thin set again. So I'm creating like whipped cream peaks underneath. All right, one more time. All right. Now that is perfectly level. That is perfectly level. The front is too high. Now at the end of the day, as long as I'm level this way, if the front is a little bit higher than the back, that's not going to be the end of the world. Oh, wow. Okay. How's it look over here? Yeah, it's just a little bit. All right, so we're going to ensure contact. All right. We got a shower.